we are going to be rebuilding Barcelona from FIFA 16 all the way to the brand new FC 26. The legends over at EA did sort me out with an early code of FC 26, and here is the Barcelona team in FC 26. It's full of star players. You've got Lamine Yamal, 89 rated, Rafinha, 89 rated. The team is looking great, and Barcelona has managed to win multiple trophies in the last decade. 5 La Liga titles, 5 Copa del Reys, and 4 Super Copas. However, it has now been over 10 years since Barcelona last won the Champions League. But here we are, people, all the way back in FIFA 16, and look at that classic Barcelona squad. We have a prime MSN here with Messi, Suarez, and Neymar. Still with Andres Iniesta, still with PK. What a team. And today, people, we are going to be signing and selling players each and every new season. We're going to take the exact same team over with us to FIFA 17, then to FIFA 18, FIFA 19, and onwards all the way to FC 26. We are going to turn Barcelona into a completely different looking team and try to be even more successful than they have been over the last 10 years. And we're going to try to do what Barcelona has failed to do in the last decade and win their 6th European Championship. My name is themasterbucks. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Use code BUCKS at checkout in the EA App Store to get 10% off. FC 26 is here. Let's begin. So the first thing I'm going to do, the first big change we're going to do to this Barcelona team is I'm actually going to prevent a transfer away that happened in this season. That transfer, people, was Pedro leaving Barcelona to join Chelsea. I want to keep Pedro around just a little longer at Barcelona, so he is staying at the club. I mean, bro's got no chance of getting in over Neymar, Suarez, and Messi, but a very good backup to have. I've also gone ahead and transfer listed a bunch of players that I want to move on to get the budget going. Some of these names include Thomas Vermaelen, 80 rated and still decent, but I'd rather get the money in. And then some others like Alex Song, we can maybe let go of him. We've also got Adriano and just a handful of other low rated players I don't see having much of a future at Barcelona. So we're starting to get those offers in for those players. Let's move them on. We are getting offers for some players I don't even want to sell, like not yet at least anyway, and Marc-Andre ter Stegen. 29 to 35 million, but look, look, he can only go up at this stage in his career, and later on in his career, he can only go down. But it's not that stage yet. We've also got an offer for Alejandro Grimaldo here from Bayern Munich for only 1.3 million. Hell no, we are saying no to that. I mean, we shouldn't be surprised with La Masia being what it is, but the fact that we just have one of the best fullback slash wingers in the world right now just chilling in the reserves of this Barcelona team. He won't be going anywhere. We'll continue to move on some of this dead wood. And after selling some of those players, not quite all of them, we've got the budget up to 120 million. We can do some damage with that. And having a look at the starting 11, where are the problem areas for me? I would like to sign another centre back, maybe to replace Mascherano, and then maybe some midfielders as well. And the centre back I'm going to go for is maybe one that might surprise some of you. We are going to go for Giorgio Chiellini, 87 rated, 30 years of age, yeah, but he holds his overall very well. I feel like he will in the next 10 years. We haven't actually sold Thomas Vermaelen yet, but I'm going to include him in the deal, and we're going to start off with a 30 million euro plus Vermaelen offer. One of the best centre-backs in world football in this era, and we are going to sign him to Barcelona. We had to bump the offer up a bit, but they have accepted Juventus. Bloody hell, and in the middle of all this, we've got an offer for Neymar come through. Wow, and of all teams, it is PSG. Isn't that an omen? We have to make a decision. Will we eventually let Neymar leave for a PSG or a different team? Or are we going to hang on to him the whole time? Remember, this is a completely different world we're going to be living in. For now, though, I don't think I want to let Neymar go anywhere. But anyway, people, we have secured the services of Giorgio Chiellini. He joins Barcelona, and what a centre-back partnership we now have. Chiellini and PK to go along with a fullback partnership of Jordi Alba and a prime Dani Alves. This is scary stuff. Arguably the best forward line ever, very close to the best defense we're forming right here as well. I reckon now it's time to work on the midfield a bit. Let's bring in another signing. After the transfers away we've made and the signing of Chiellini, we still got a pretty damn good budget. And this is the short list that I have got for a possible new midfielder. We have Paul Pogba, another Juventus man I might try to steal away. If you're wondering why I'm targeting Juventus so hard, you have to remember, next season, Juventus knock out Barcelona from the Champions League. So I've got that in my mind, trying to weaken them a little bit, or we could make the move for Kevin De Bruyne before he goes to Manchester City. Imagine De Bruyne in Barcelona. That would be lethal. Imagine Pogba at Barcelona. Imagine both of them at Barcelona. Could we maybe make it happen? Kevin De Bruyne is going to cost upwards of 75 million, and Paul Pogba is going to cost somewhere close to 80 million. So we really only have enough budget currently for one, unless we make even more moves. Look, I'm just going to start off with a big offer for Pogba and see where we go. Oh my God, Juventus won 100 million for Paul Pogba. Sheesh, I don't think that's doable. All right, that's fine. In that case, I might shift my focus to just Kevin De Bruyne. He's going to cost us a fortune, but we have made the deal happen for De Bruyne. He accepts his contract, and we have welcomed in the Belgian. How convenient, Rakitic has picked up an injury as well, so Kevin De Bruyne will be taking his place in the midfield. We have added Chiellini and De Bruyne into this Barcelona team, and oh my goodness, what a team. Now, Barcelona in real life this season did win La Liga, and they did win the Copa del Rey. However, they couldn't go back-to-back in the Champions League, so that is what we are chasing the most. Can we win a Champions League that Barcelona could not win in the last 10 years? And if so, how many can we win? Let's simulate to the end of the season and let's see how many trophies we can win. Starting off in La Liga, we see that we have won the La Liga, or should I just say La Liga title. With a game to go, we have too many points. Real Madrid can't catch us. We have won our first league title. The signings of Chiellini and Kevin De Bruyne have resulted in another league title, the same one Barcelona won this year. And this will be the first of, I am sure, many bits of silverware for Barcelona. The trophy is lifted up by Captain Andres Iniesta. That is the first La Liga title in the trophy cabinet. Now let's have a look at the rest of the trophies this season. We have also won the Super Copa this season, so that's 2 out of 2 trophies so far. However, the Copa del Rey, we are not going to win in our first season. We got knocked out by Real Madrid in the quarters. And in the Champions League, sadly, we also fell short there too. We got to the semi-final only to lose to PSG, and Juventus ended up winning it despite losing Chiellini. But hey, at least Real Madrid didn't go on to win their 11th Champions League title. We may still possibly at some point in this video, but hey, at least Juventus won it and not Real Madrid. That means Real Madrid still only have the 10 Champions League titles. We as Barcelona, though, still are on 5, but it is mathematically possible that we could maybe catch or even overtake Real Madrid if we went on a madness and won a ton of Champions League titles. Sadly, it couldn't happen this season, but with De Bruyne, with Chiellini, and hopefully with a few more pretty big transfers coming down the road, we may build a super team. Here are the substitutes, here are your reserves, and now let's head on over to FIFA 17. Here we are then in FIFA 17. Look at that Barcelona team with De Bruyne in it, with Chiellini in it. It's outrageous. There were some players that left Barcelona this season that I'm not going to recreate the sales away of, like Claudio Bravo went to Manchester City. Marc Bartra went to Borussia Dortmund. I don't want to let go of either of those two. And another pretty notable one is Dani Alves leaving for free to Juventus as well. Considering Claudio Bravo and Dani Alves are both the highest rated players in their position, I'm not really keen on letting them go. But there were also some big names that came to Barcelona that I'm not going to recreate. Names like Paco Alcacer from Valencia for 30 million and also Andre Gomes for 37 million. We're not going to recreate those signings, but we will recreate the signings of Samuel Umtiti from Olympique Lyon for 25 million and Luca Digne from PSG for 16 million. Two pretty solid French defensive options right there. Some will get up quite highly rated, like Samuel Umtiti will get up to a decent overall, I don't know if I'll be keeping him here the whole time, but regardless. I do have 2 players transfer listed, and they are both centre-backs. We've got Jeremy Mateu and, of course, Javier Mascherano. These 2 are both 32, going on 33 years of age. I'm thinking I might cash in on these players, get some more money in, and use the money to sign even younger, hopefully much better centre-backs for the future. So those players are sold. Mascherano's going to Manchester City. We've got Mateu that's going to Chelsea. And our budget is now well over 100 million. Now, what centre-backs will I go for? I'm going to go for one pretty highly rated option, not starting 11 quality, but still good, in Marquinhos. He might run us probably something close to 30-40 million. And another player for the future is Antonio Rudiger. Now, I will be possibly poaching a future Real Madrid man away from them, way before they even get close to signing him. Antonio Rudiger doesn't exactly scream Barcelona player, but maybe we can mold him into a slightly different personality. I'm not sure. However, I reckon this man Marquinhos definitely could have been a good fit at Barcelona. Let's start it off with 25 million. And they've accepted it. I can't believe we're getting him for that close to his value. So brilliant then, we have signed Marquinhos to Barcelona, and we have now also got Antonio Rudiger chilling in the reserves, waiting to potentially threaten a starting 11 spot in the future. We didn't spend a crazy amount of money. We still have like 90 something million left over. And I think I might spend some of that money on getting in a new attacker. You know, backing up Neymar, we've got Pedro. That's not too bad. Backing up Messi, we've got Christian Tello, or possibly Pedro again. So, you know, relatively okay backups for the wingers. But Luis Suarez at striker, our next best striker is a 74 rated Munir, which I don't think is good enough. So what do you think about this, people? I maybe could make a move for Sergio Aguero. Imagine having Aguero and Suarez at this time of football at the same club. Of course, Aguero went to Barcelona in real life. He wasn't quite at his prime then. His sadly career was cut short by the time he got there. What if we got a prime Aguero to come to Barcelona and do his trade there for like a good half a decade? If it's not him, another good solid backup and another Juventus man, weakening them once again, is Paulo Dybala. Could we make a move for him too? I would low-key love to see Aguero in a Barcelona shirt in his prime though, so I might try to make a move for him. He'll be between 78 and 92 million, which is everything that we have, but I'm going to start it with an $80 million offer. Oh, wow. And they will not take anything less than 119. That is probably too much for what we have. I mean, look, I might include Munir as part of the deal and bump it up to like 100 million. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but we will see. We'll adjust the wage, and if it can happen, then great. If not, we may need to move for Dybala instead. Are you kidding me? Contract offer accepted. We're bringing prime Sergio Aguero to Barcelona. This is insane. What a battle for the starting striker spot this will be. We are making an unapologetically, brutally brilliant super team here, and Aguero is now part of it. Now, Barcelona missed out on the La Liga title and, of course, the Champions League this season, but they did win the Copa del Rey. However, now with De Bruyne, Chiellini, Aguero, what can we do this season? Unfortunately, we come 1 point short in La Liga. Despite winning 26 games, more than Real Madrid, we are a point shy. We don't win the La Liga title this season. We will once again win the Super Copa though. That's great. Same scoreline as well as last season. And we don't win the Copa del Rey either. Are you kidding me? It's literally the same damn thing. Out in the quarters to Real Madrid. There's only one thing that could save this season, and you know what that is. And guess what? We've only gone and done it. We've made the Champions League final. We're going to be taking on Arsenal. We nearly were going to face Juventus. That would have been nuts. But we could save the season here, failing to win La Liga, getting knocked out by Real Madrid. If we win the Champions League and get our 6th European Championship, that will make it a heck of a season. Jordi Alba is not going to play the game. He's got a suspension. That's no good, but we should be okay regardless. Luca Digne will be going in for him instead. Let's simulate the final then. Do we win our first Champions League of the rebuild? Yes, yes, we do. 2-1 in the final. And look at that. Messi gets both of them. And hilariously, they both come from the penalty spot. One goes in the 119th minute. Damn, it's the World Cup all over again. But Barcelona have done it. They have won their 6th Champions League at long last. Getting it done against Arsenal, that is a brilliant result. So 2 more trophies added on this season, including the big one, the UCL. We are now reigning European champions again. Can we go back to back in FIFA 18? Now this season for Barcelona, there was a major departure where Neymar left for PSG. However, in this timeline, Barcelona are the European champions, and I think Neymar would feel a little bit better about staying at Barcelona. So I am happy to report that he is not going anywhere. Neymar is still a Barcelona man. However, in real life, of course, the money that they got Barcelona for Neymar, they ended up reinvesting. They signed Ousmane Dembele and Philippe Coutinho. Now, I am going to make the signing of Ousmane Dembele. We will continue to bring him to Barcelona, and we'll be a little bit more patient with him than the real-life Barcelona team was. However, we are not going to make the move for Coutinho, and that keeps our budget around 109 million. We see ter Stegen's now overtaken Claudio Bravo as the best goalkeeper option. The keepers we should be pretty right for, especially since this season we also brought in Jasper Cillessen, who's another great 3rd choice for us. When your 3rd choice keeper is 81 rated, we'll keep that. But looking at that starting 11, I'm thinking, what do I need to work on the most? And something that's really standing out to me is Andres Iniesta. Yes, he's 87 rated, which is amazing, but he is 33 going on 34. The overall is going to start dropping, and he will end up leaving Barcelona in real life pretty close to now. So I think I might use our remaining budget to go for Paul Pogba, of course, a man that we were looking at earlier. Couldn't quite make it happen. He has gone back to Manchester United, but only worth 66.5 million. I think I am going to try and sign him. I might need to pay 80-90 million, but we have it, and let's just go ahead and do it. Bloody hell, Mourinho is wanting a decent amount of money, pretty much everything we have. What if I try bumping it down to 100 million flat plus a 5% sell-on clause? Looks like they're gonna take it. We have a deal. Jose Mourinho is shipping off Pogba to Barcelona. How incredible is this? Paul Pogba's gonna be in a Barcelona shirt. And there he is. Unreal pickup, only 24 years of age, and we know he should be a high 80+ rated player for a good while. I will keep Iniesta in the starting 11 for now, but we've got an 87 rated Rakitic and now an 87 rated Pogba. Our midfield is now super stacked. Like I said, we are building an unapologetically insane super team. It will need to be insane if we're to win another Champions League and try to keep the dream of catching Real Madrid's 10 total alive. But let's simulate this season. What do we win in 2018? We have managed to win another La Liga title, the same La Liga title they won in 2018. We have done it again here. We're going blow for blow in La Liga with the real Barcelona. Every time they've won the league title, we've won it. Every time they've lost it, we've lost it. We win the Super Copa again, this time against Real Madrid. And finally, at last, we win our first Copa del Rey of this rebuild. So that is a domestic treble right there. But hang on a second, it could be an actual treble. We've made another Champions League final, and so too has another Spanish club in Atletico Madrid. We might win every single trophy available to us. This would be huge. What a season this could be. Look what hanging on to Neymar has done. Look what bringing in Paul Pogba has done. He's way up in overall now. I have to play him for the final. We are the reigning champions of Europe. Will we go back to back? Yes, we will. With a 2-0 victory over Atletico Madrid. We got Luca Digne scoring a goal and Paul Pogba, the new man, scoring in the final as well. Paul Pogba helps lead Barcelona to a 7th Champions League title. Leo Messi ended up missing a penalty right at the start of the game. Well, that's fine. He got the 2 penalties last season. That's what matters. Incredible. A 2-0 win, and that is a treble. Every trophy we have won this season. Unbelievable, guys. We're up to 8 trophies already in the rebuild, and 2 of them are UCL titles. What an outrageously good team this is. I mean, we've got freaking 5 players right now that are 90 or higher. It's insane. No wonder we've gone back to back. Can we maybe do what Real Madrid did in real life and win 3 in a row in FIFA 19? Here we are, people, in FIFA 19. I can't believe how ridiculous this team is, man. It's insane. Again, this season, a lot of players leaving that we didn't really even bother bringing in the first place, so nothing crazy. The only big one was Luca Digne. They ended up selling to Everton for 20 million. I'm happy to hang on to him, but to be honest, he's now our 3rd choice left back because Alejandro Grimaldo's starting to get up in overall now as well. The most expensive signing they made this season was that of Malcolm, the Brazilian, winger that went for 40 million. I don't know where the hell he is these days. I mean, maybe he's had a good career, but he's definitely not really stayed at Barcelona for long. So we're not going to bother with that, but we are going to go with the signings of Clement Lenglet, they signed from Sevilla, and also Arturo Vidal, they picked up from Bayern Munich. Again, the team is so insane that these guys are just chilling in the reserves, but like I said, unapologetically insane super team. I mean, I've got 2 players below an 80 overall, or 3 maybe with Claudio Bravo, but like Elena and like Puig here, I think I just kind of want to get rid of them, just to have all 80 rated players only. Shout out to Sergi Roberto, who's actually overtaken Dani Alves in overall. I might sell Dani Alves quite soon because he's probably not got many years left. He is 35 years of age, so I could let him go. I could definitely let go of Claudio Bravo too, sell him as well. And also, by the way, shout out to Andres Iniesta. I decided to keep him. He actually left for Japan last season, but he's 85 rated. I can keep him around for at least 1 more year. But after selling Claudio Bravo, I want to replace him with another younger goalkeeper. A giant of a man by the name of Gianluigi Donnarumma. Oh yeah, we're going for him. This man will eventually turn into easily, probably, the best goalkeeper in the world, I reckon. Just an incredible talent, and we can get him in, still quite young, even with an insane overall. He won't be starting ahead of ter Stegen yet, but we should be able to secure his services for around 50 million. Hell yeah, nice and easy. What a pickup this man is. A terrific addition into the team, if you don't mind me saying so. This man will be our backup goalkeeper until eventually he's ready to overtake Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Again, dude, like the starting 11's crazy, but it's just the substitutes as well now. The reserves, it's just brutal stuff, man. Barcelona this season again won La Liga. They won the Supercopa. They were one horrific comeback away at Anfield from making a Champions League final. Leo Messi carry job right there. But now he's got insane support, Leo Messi. Will they complete the treble of trebles? Will they get another Champions League title, 3 in a row? We do not see Barcelona win La Liga this season, so we are, I think now, 1 La Liga title short of the real Barcelona. We've only won 2 in this rebuild so far. Barcelona by this point had 3. The Supercopa we won, thankfully, on aggregate, so we've got that. The Copa del Rey was won by Real Madrid. And we did not make the Champions League final because, of course, we lost in the semi-finals to Real Madrid. Oh my God, man. Thank goodness for that Supercopa, or we would have gone trophyless and Real Madrid would have stopped us from making a Champions League final. Regardless, they've stopped us from going 3 times back to back to back. Now we just have to hope that Bayern Munich beat them in the final. They did beat them. Oh, thank goodness for that. That means we're still only chasing 10 Champions League titles to go level with Real Madrid. An uncharacteristically unsuccessful season for this Barcelona super team. No La Liga, no Champions League. We've at least gotten 1 of each every single season. That is up until now. So we have to get back at it and hopefully reignite our Champions League title winning ways in FIFA 20. Now, like I said, the term super team, I'm using it a lot, but now it's really going to have meaning. Because in real life this season, Barcelona made the signings of Pedri, they signed Frankie de Jong from Ajax, and get ready for this, they also signed Antoine Griezmann from Atletico Madrid. And goddamn it, I've just gone ahead and got them both. I've gone and got them all. I can't believe it. We now have an 89 rated Griezmann, an 89 rated Suarez, and they can't even get into the starting 11. Because have a look at this. Sergio Aguero, who we picked up a few seasons ago, is now the highest rated striker. Him and Messi alongside each other with Neymar, who we kept from going to PSG. We have a 72 rated Pedri. Something tells me he's going to shoot up in overall as well. And he's not the only other signing that we picked up from real life this season. We've got Marc Cucurella. Yeah, they signed him as well this season for only like 4 million euros or something like that as well. They even picked up Ronald Araujo this season. This is actually low-key a super goated transfer window. I mean, yeah, Griezmann didn't quite work out, but he still keeps a super high overall. Maybe this time around, he will become a Barca legend. The lowest overall position currently, right now in that team, is obviously the right back. Dani Alves is gone. He's no longer in FIFA. Roberto's got that position at the moment. So I can try to make a move for one of the highest rated fullbacks in the game in Dani Carvajal. We're going to go from Dani Alves to Dani Carvajal. Yes, a Real Madrid man, but look, they beat us in the Champions League last season, so I want to try to weaken them as much as we can, strengthening ourselves. If we can make it happen, I say we do it. He may cost, double his value, but it's money that we have and money I'm willing to spend. Yeah, Zinedine Zidane wants just under 60 million. I can probably accept that. Brilliant stuff then. We have successfully poached a Real Madrid man. We've brought him to Barcelona. Welcome, Dani Carvajal. Funny how he is still by far the lowest rated player in the starting 11, everyone else being like 80. Apart from Paul Pogba, everyone that isn't a fullback is essentially 88 rated or higher. It's just nuts. I swear to God, man, this team better win absolutely everything this season. At the very least, make the Champions League final. Barcelona actually in real life went totally trophyless this season. Meanwhile, I'm hoping to secure everything. Well, we absolutely annihilated in La Liga. Are you surprised with the team we have? 34 wins, 4 draws, no losses, 106 points. Oh my God, that is a season for the ages. We got 100 goals scored and 14 conceded. Are you kidding me? Hopefully that is an indicator of many, many more good things to come this season. We got the Super Copa as well. Fantastic. We always seem to do well in that competition. We won the Copa del Rey as well, beating Getafe in the final. However, in the Champions League, it's Liverpool that continue to be a pain in our asses. We lose 1-0 in the quarterfinals. Again, thankfully, Real Madrid didn't win the Champions League this season, so it was just Man City. Thank God for that. Liverpool didn't win it. We have still got 7 Champions League titles. Real Madrid are still only 3 away from us, and we still have many seasons to catch them. But sadly, we are just going to have to settle for a domestic treble, another Super Copa. We've won all 5 of them so far in this rebuild, and our total trophies is now well over 10. Let's move it on forward then to FIFA 21. So, stepping into FIFA 21, and the team still looks very, very solid. I mean, I think there are some players that are starting to drop, quite a fair few. Not by a lot in overall, but definitely noticing some of our absolutely elite players, even in the substitutes and the reserves, are dropping in overall just a little bit. There were once again a lot of transfers in and out of Barcelona. Like the biggest signing they made was Miralem Pjanic from Juventus for about 60 million, but I think I will not bother recreating that one. I might transfer list a couple of players of my own actually. I think Pedro, maybe the time has come for him to move on. He's surely getting no game time. Samuel Umtiti's slide in overall has begun, and Clement Lenglet as well. I might let go of those guys, get in another young centre-back in. We already signed Chiellini, an iconic Italian centre-back. Why not get the next best up-and-coming Italian centre-back in Alessandro Bastoni? He's actually quite reasonably priced, to be honest. So yeah, we'll make a move for him. Oh, how crazy is this? They're just willing to straight swap Clement Lenglet for Bastoni. I mean, value-wise right now, that might not make a lot of sense, but I am absolutely going to go for that. Conte, mate, you've slipped up, son. You just don't know it. So just a straight swap deal then. No money spent. Bastoni is in, Longley is out. And because of that, we've kept our transfer budget untouched, which is basically 180 million. God, it's nice playing with Barcelona and having this much damn money. But it's crazy having that much cash when you have a starting 11, a squad with that much depth. What the hell do you spend it on? I don't know. How about we just flex our muscle even more and try to weaken Real Madrid again with picking up Casemiro from them and get them in our center defensive midfield? In a weird way, even though he's higher rated, I still think Busquets in real life would have been the better option. But we're just more or less doing this just to piss off and weaken Real Madrid. And maybe another move we could do is pick up a man from Dortmund, but not with the intention of weakening them, but with the intention of weakening Real Madrid. Yes, it is Jude Bellingham, 17 years of age, and he could maybe be another pickup we make as well. Hello, Zinedine Zidane, we meet again. I am surprised that you're even smiling, considering that I poach all your best players these days. Sometimes I sign them and I don't even play them, just so you don't play them. It's great, but how about 100 million? Whoa, they come back with 150. That's quite a bit. Maybe we meet somewhere in the middle at 130? Yeah, looks like we do. Okay, well, Real Madrid just got a little bit weaker. Out goes Busquets, in goes Casemiro, purely for the overall rating, not in any way a reflection of I think he's better. It's just the numbers. But our starting 11 overall rating just gets bumped up a little bit further north and Real Madrid's goes down. And let's make it even worse for Real Madrid without them even knowing it by going in for Jude Bellingham. I wonder what this lad's going to run us. We start with 20 and they want Christian Tello plus 5 million. You know what? That's a guy that's like high 70s, way down the pecking order. I can maybe go for it. So it looks like Jude Bellingham will be joining us as well. Welcome to the team, Casemiro. That's going to take a little bit of getting used to. And finally, welcome Jude Bellingham. Early days for him, but just watch. It's been a minute, you know, since we last entered the Champions League final, and I'm really hoping here we can do it this season. Barcelona, all they managed was a Copa del Rey this season, but what can we do this season? Well, we win another league title. There we go. La Liga is claimed once again and pretty comfortably. Shout out Getafe for finishing above Real Madrid. Again, I will take that as a good sign that we should hopefully be on for something again this season. We finally failed to win the Super Copa. That is, yeah, wow, quite something. And we lose a Copa del Rey final. Okay, so I got so excited after winning La Liga pretty comfortably, and now this has happened. And unfortunately for us, we have been done in the round of 16 of the Champions League by Bayern Munich. How does that matchup happen so early? We lost 2-2 on away goals. Are you kidding me? That ancient rule. And sadly, it gets even worse. Oh, Real Madrid have won the Champions League title. This now means they're up to 11 Champions League trophies, and we are only on the 7th. We only have 5 more seasons left of the rebuild to get to FC 26, which means if we're going to overtake Real Madrid now, we need to win every Champions League for the rest of the rebuild. That would have been a total disaster, but look, it's not all doom and gloom. We've got our 4th La Liga title. We've won 2 Copa del Reys, 5 Super Copas, and of course, 2 Champions Leagues since we started this. That's pretty damn good. I just would hope for a little bit more. Let's hopefully get that in FIFA 22. Now, one thing that I forgot to mention last season, just totally, was that Luis Suarez did end up leaving Barcelona to go to Atletico Madrid. We obviously hang on to him, and he is still now our #1 striker because Sergio Aguero, obviously, unfortunately had to retire from football. But by far, the even bigger exit from Barcelona this season was that of Lionel Messi. He ended up leaving Barcelona. Not that that was planned, not that anyone wanted that to happen, but thankfully in this timeline, there is no poor financial Barcelona management somehow, despite having half the best players in the world. We have been able to retain Lionel Messi. Now, there were quite a lot of other players that joined Barcelona in real life that I'm not going to recreate the signings of. Players like, for example, Eric Garcia ended up joining. Ferran Torres joined from Manchester City. Now, that's not a bad signing, but I probably don't need him, so I'm going to say no to that. Emerson Royale joined. Yusuf Demir joined, who looked very promising for a brief second and then totally disappeared. And the bigger one probably was that of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang joining. Again, we have so much attacking talent, we probably don't need to go for it. The one player I think I will recreate the signing of and give him a little bit more of a career at Barcelona is Memphis Depay. 86 rated in the game and a center forward. I reckon that's actually not a bad addition for us right now. What else can you notice new about this starting 11 as well, by the way? Frankie de Jong has moved into the midfield now. He's one of our higher rated options. And Donnarumma has officially overtaken the Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Ter Stegen is 88 rated and Donnarumma is now 89 rated. So I think he may have the starting goalkeeper spot now for probably the rest of the rebuild. I'm low-key a little bit lost with what to do now going forward with the team as insane as it is, but I think I may potentially sign at least one or two players I'm keen on. One is Vitinha, while still at FC Porto, only 75 rated. And the other player I'm going to make a move on is for Xavi Simons. Of course, the real Xavi retired, very long time ago. We never actually got to play with him in this rebuild. Let's get in the next Xavi. He's only going to cost us like 3.5, like basically his value. What a bargain this is. So we're going to be able to add these two in very, very easily. They're going to cost us absolutely nothing. Welcome to Barcelona. Some very nice pickups there indeed, especially Vitinha, knowing how good he's going to become. And Xavi Simons as well is going to be a pretty damn solid player in the future too. But what else do we do to this starting 11 to make it better? Like, I'm really lost. Chiellini is 86 and, 36 years of age. I know that he will start dropping an overall eventually. Pretty insane that he's still this good at that age. I think what I will do is maybe try to trade Chiellini for someone different, a little younger, like either Mateus de Ligt here, who will cost us like 120, 130 million, or maybe Ruben Dias from Manchester City. Ruben Dias, he's going to be way more expensive. We do have a pretty solid budget though. If we adjust the wage a little bit, that probably brings us to 150. And if we include Chiellini as part of the deal, you never know. We could maybe make this happen. But if not, we have de Ligt to fall back on. I mean, is Pep Guardiola even going to go for it? That's the question. Oh man, they come back with 190. That's probably not going to be possible. I mean, I'll hit him with some random ass 166 mil offer. And, oh, they're going to go for it. They're going to go for it. I didn't think they would. I really, really didn't. Okay. Well, in that case, we're going to have to offer everything we've got left. 250K a week. Will it be enough? Yes, it will be. Oh my God, the entire transfer budget had to go. But welcome Ruben Dias to Barcelona. Chiellini is out. What a faithful servant, and we've just gone and ducked him off to Manchester City. But we have got him. We now have 288 rated centre backs alongside each other. Golly, that's pretty damn good. The rich get richer and the super team get even more super. Well, what do you want to do? Let's continue on with this season. Barcelona had another trophyless season. We are trying to avoid that. We're trying to go and win a Champions League. It's been a while now since we're at our last final. What can we do this time around? Well, once again, another league title is ticked off. 91 points, comfortable win more or less. Let's go. Super Copa, we secured that one as well against Atletico Madrid. Copa del Rey was won by Real Madrid, so coming short there. But what we really care about is the Champions League. If we are to overtake Real Madrid, we need to win it this season. And we're not going to win it this season. We come... we finish in the quarterfinals. It's Bayern Munich that knock us out again, 5-3 on aggregate. Unbelievable. Yeah, and can you believe it, actually? It was a Milan derby in the final. That's kind of sick. Inter finally get the Champions League that's eluded them for years. Well, good on them, but we unfortunately now cannot at least overtake Real Madrid. Unless we win every Champions League from here until the end, we might go level with Real Madrid. What's this injury to Ruben Dias, a guy that we just signed? I mean, that's not very helpful either. To be honest, actually, looking at the overall ratings of how players have dropped, I can see that Luis Suarez has really gone down a bit in overall. I know that we have a certain striker coming up pretty soon that might be very handy. So maybe I don't need to do anything about that just yet. But it is a concern area. I mean, good thing we've got a certain poll coming next season. Does it come next season or is that a season after? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's go to FIFA 23. And just as I had suspected, yes, that certain striker, Robert Lewandowski, has joined Barcelona this season from Bayern Munich. 91 rated, a brilliant addition. Just when we needed a top striker, we get one. He won't be the only one that joins this season, because we also make the addition of Jules Koundé from Sevilla for 50 million, and maybe even more importantly than that, Rafinha joining from Leeds for 58 million. What a sensational addition right there. 83 rated, not anywhere close to the starting 11, but honestly, Leo Messi will drop down into the mid-80s, and Rafinha will probably have to be there to take his spot. Even if we end up playing him out wide on the left, I mean, there's probably another guy coming pretty soon that could play in that right wing position. But we are not there yet, technically. No, that starting 11, however, still looks pretty bloody insane. Robert Lewandowski becomes one of our equal highest rated players, along with Leo Messi, the captain, and Kevin De Bruyne as well. And just taking a look at some of the youngsters in our team at the moment, like Pablo Gavi, 80 rated. We've got Alejandro Balde. We've brought in Xavi Simons. We've got Ansu Fati. Okay, we can probably add him to the transfer list. It's sad that this is probably the peak of his overall. But Pedri is in the team, obviously up to 85, and Jude Bellingham is up to 85 as well. Literally, we do not need to make a single transfer from here. It would just be total overkill. How do we increase the overall of that starting 11 from here on out? I really don't know, dude. Barcelona did have a little bit of success this season winning La Liga. Now, I would love to win it again. However, I really do want to win and get another Champions League soon, because it's been a bit of time now. Our last final was almost 5 years ago, so please let this be the season. Well, to start things off, we get absolutely shafted in La Liga. Look at this dude. In almost any other league in the world, we would finish on top. We have the same amount of points, the same amount of wins, we have more goals scored, we have a higher goal difference, but we're second. I assume this is down to Atletico Madrid probably having better results against us over the course of the season. Oh, that is insane. How the hell haven't we won that La Liga title? Thankfully, we picked up the Super Copa, so there's our trophy for this season. Copa del Rey, we do not win, unfortunately. At least Villarreal get that one. We faced Real Madrid in the semi-finals of the Champions League. We absolutely thrashed them 5-1, and we have made a Champions League final, finally, for the first time in about 5 years. And FC Porto are going to be our opponents. I can't believe that. We need this badly for our first title in 5 years in Europe to get our 8th Champions League. Do we do it? Yes, thankfully we have a 2-1 victory in the final, and Robert Lewandowski scores both goals, one late in the 79th minute to win it for Barcelona. Fair play to Porto for making it that far, but Barcelona will claim its 8th Champions League. And we still have a chance to equal Real Madrid by the end of this rebuild. Will it happen? We have 3 more seasons left to go in this rebuild, and if we can win the Champions League in all 3 of those seasons, we will go level with Real Madrid on 11. Man, thank goodness for Robert Lewandowski, who saves us in the final. Come on, son. Let's head on over now to FC 24. Here we are then in FC 24. Leo Messi's still here with the armband, and you know, I've actually just realized something. Lionel Messi is now up to 7 Champions Leagues of his own individually, so I think we've put the GOAT debate to bed just with this little re-sim of ours, haven't we? In terms of transfers away for Barcelona, there was a lot that happened. Ousmane Dembele ended up being sold for about 50 million to PSG. We also saw Antoine Griezmann go back to Atletico Madrid for only like 20 million, which is insane considering they signed him for about 100 million plus. I'm letting both of those players stay, even though, again, neither of them can get into the starting 11 at the moment, but they're straight onto the bench. The starting 11 has seen quite a little bit of movement this season. We see Alejandro Grimaldo is now suddenly our next or our best option at left back. We've got Araujo, probably our best option to play at right back, and then Ter Stegen has actually taken back his #1 goalkeeping place. He's up to an 89 overall, and Donnarumma has actually dropped down to an 87, so welcome back to Stegen. That might be the only season this may be the last season he's the starting number one. Now, Barcelona end up going trophyless in this season, but we are going to hopefully do a little better than that. We want to try to go back-to-back in the Champions League. We are currently up to 5 La Liga titles, 2 Copa del Reys, 7 Super Copas. We've done really well in that competition. And of course, we just picked up a 3rd Champions League. We are going for this club's 9th Champions League title this season. Will it happen? Let's get advancing on forward. Let's see what we can win. We have probably arguably our worst performance in La Liga to date. Even though we've only lost 4 games, we just had 14 draws. What in the hell? We could not convert any of those games into wins. And it's clearly cost us. We've only come 3rd, and we're not going to win a 6th league title in this rebuild. We're not even going to win, our guaranteed Super Copa that we always take home. We've lost that on penalties. And Atletico Madrid have also won the Copa del Rey, and also on penalties. Are you kidding me? They have done Atletico Madrid a domestic treble. That is insane. They might actually do a treble, but not if we have anything to say about it, because we're also in the Champions League final. Despite our horrendous league season, we've made it back to defend our European Championship. Looks like we took out Borussia Dortmund. We also took out RB Leipzig and another German team? No, we took out Spurs. Again, only on penalties. Well then, Atletico Madrid's on a tear. They look like they're a real threat. Who will be taking home this Champions League title this season? It will be us! It will be Barcelona! It's just a 1-0 absolute snooze fest of a final, but who cares? We get the goal. Ousmane Dembele gets the goal. His Barcelona career is completely different. He's now a hero. He comes off the bench for Memphis Depay and scores late on to win it. That is incredible. We have another Champions League. Oh, this is looking great. Suddenly our poor league form, who cares? We are up to 9 Champions Leagues. We can do this. We can still level Real Madrid if we do a madness and win the next 2. We can still do it. Can we keep it going? Let's head over to FC 25. Well, people, I can hardly believe it, but we are here in FC 25 and we are actually within touching distance of a 10th Champions League. Probably shouldn't be that surprised for the super team that we have built, and it once again has changed quite a lot this season. Leo Messi is still just good enough to keep his starting 11 place. We have Lewandowski. Rafinha is up to left wing at an 88 overall. The midfield is looking pretty different. We've got Kevin De Bruyne still. We've got Pedri, but welcome Jude Bellingham into the starting 11, and he's not the only Real Madrid in real life player in this rebuild, with Rudiger now up to an 88. Somehow Marc-Andre ter Stegen is still just that little bit higher rated than Gianluigi Donnarumma, so ter Stegen is still our number 1 keeper. But we have added another pretty incredible talent into the team. Finally, at last, Lamine Yamal joins this stacked Barcelona super team. He is 1 overall away from overtaking Messi. And to be honest, we've also held on to Ousmane Dembele, who's 87 rated, so he could probably stay at that exact same position as well. But we've just got too many insane players, although I can't believe Bellingham is now our highest rated. In fact, let me just go through and count how many players we've got like above an 85 or just in the 80s. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 players, 85 rated or higher. And the entire squad, apart from Jasper Cillessen, is 80 at least. I mean, he's the lowest rated one with a 79. Hell, you know what? I'm going to be brutal. I'm just going to release him. So that way, every single player in the team is above an 80. Honestly, it's fine because we have another 3rd choice goalkeeper in Szczesny. Imagine being 85 rated and a 3rd choice goalkeeper. We are now in the era of the new Champions League format, so we are still 2-time winners of it back to back. We are going for that treble. We're going to have to do it in the new format. Hopefully that doesn't stop us. Will we secure ourselves a 10th Champions League? Well, before we find that out, let's look at the La Liga table. Wow. Absolutely thumped. I mean, what the hell? We took Bellingham, we took Rudiger, and even Carvajal. And apparently it doesn't matter. Real Madrid totally pumped everyone in La Liga, only losing one game. There's still a game to play, but oh my God, it doesn't matter. Like, we might come second, cool, or we might come fourth. Regardless, we're not winning the league. We aren't winning the Supercopa. Real Madrid take that. We're not winning Copa del Rey. What the hell has happened this season? God, we didn't even do that well in the Champions League either, only coming 16th. I mean, did we make the final? No, we did not. We did not. Real Madrid have made it. Juventus have made it. We will not. We can not catch Real Madrid. Regardless of if they win or lose this, unfortunately, yeah, that's going to be it for us. We've got one more season remaining. They're on 11, we're on 9. It's not going to happen. To be fair, I may as well advance and hope that they don't win the final. Oh, they didn't. Sucked in Real Madrid. Looks like Mbappe still hasn't got a Champions League to his name. Again, not that this really means anything because we're still not going to be able to match Real Madrid. But however, we can still get Barcelona its 10th Champions League title if we win next season in FC 26. You can definitely see some of the older players like Lewandowski and Messi dropping in overall, but that's really the only two in the starting 11 that age is affecting their overall. Regardless, the team may evolve once again. We've got one final season of the rebuild, one final chance to win a 10th Champions League. We have won an incredible 18 trophies so far in this rebuild, one season to go. How are we going to finish? Let's head on over to FC 26. Here we are, people, in FC 26. Now, this is not the team that we have rebuilt. This is the real-life Barcelona team as it is in FC 26. It is a great team. Of course it is. You've got Rafinha, 89 rated. You have also got Lamine Yamal, 89 rated, and a lot of the players in this real-life Barcelona team are probably going to pop up in the starting 11 of our actual rebuilt team. But there will be some changes because we never signed Dani Olmo for starters. I don't think Pau Kubasi and Ronald Araujo are going to be our strongest centre-back options. It's an amazing football team, that is for sure. But I think the team that we built may have it beat. And this is the Barcelona team that we have rebuilt now in FC 26. The best starting lineup we have now looks like this. Ousmane Dembele is 90 rated in FC 26. As a striker, he starts up top. Jude Bellingham is now a center attacking midfielder for us. On the left, we have Rafinha, 89 rated. And on the right, Lamine Yamal, 89 rated also. Unbelievable. The rest of the midfield is Vitinha, 89 rated, and Pedri, 89 rated. We have got like 2 90 rated players and 4 89 rated players in our midfield and attack. Donnarumma is back in goal and our back line will look like this. Marc Cucurella is now actually the highest rated left back option for us, so we'll put him there. Bastoni moves up and Marquinhos still 87 rated. The longevity of this man is insane. And of course, shout out Jules Koundé, 87 rated at right back. Of course, he's going in there too. That does of course mean names like Lewandowski and Leo Messi have been reduced to the bench. I mean, even De Bruyne being reduced to the bench after all this time's nuts. Looking at the rest of the reserves, I mean, you won't find many players below an 80 rating. Suarez is 79, Pogba is 79, and Marc Bartra 79. But aside from that, what a team. Stacked full of talent. Unapologetic super team. But what an absolutely insane team it is. Bellingham, Dembele, our top players in the side. Donnarumma finally reclaiming his spot as the number 1. About time there too. Shout out the midfield of Vitinha and Pedri. That's dangerous too. And I mean, Lamine Yamal being 89 rated at 17. Are we serious, man? It is a heck of a team, but here we are. Career mode in FC 26. We are going to simulate one final season, and we're going to see if we can claim that 10th Champions League. If we can pull it off, it will be the 5th Champions League we have won in this rebuild. It's crazy. We'll have essentially doubled Barcelona's UCL tally. Let's advance on forward then, people. Let's see if we can at least win 2 more trophies. We're currently on 18. If we can do that, 20 trophies for the rebuild, I will take. Well, we are not going to, unfortunately, add another La Liga title. We come 6 points short, according to FC 26. At least Real Madrid don't win it. Atletico Madrid take it out. But yeah, No La Liga titles. We finished with, I think it was 5 we ended up winning in total. So we actually end up going level with the real world Barcelona in terms of league titles won. We unfortunately lost the Super Copa to Real Madrid, and the Copa del Rey, we didn't even make the final. Oh dear, not quite the finish we were hoping for here. Unless we've made the Champions League final, we're going to probably finish with 18 trophies. We did pretty well in the group stage, finishing, or at least the league stage, finishing in 3rd. But are you kidding me? You're taking the piss. We got knocked out by Spurs in the bloody round of 16. What the hell, man? That's what we get for putting Ousmane Dembele up front. This is what happens when you bench Leo Messi. I don't believe it. This super team with this much talent went trophyless. I don't know, lads. It's okay. FC 26, you know, it's only just come out. There'll be patches. It'll get fixed later. But hey, I mean, either way, what a team. We finished with 18 trophies, including 4 Champions Leagues. We take the real world Barcelona's 5 at this stage in real life, and we've upped it to 9. I think we can call that a success. I hope you've enjoyed, ladies and gentlemen. If you have, of course, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. Again, do not forget to use the code BUCKS in the EA App Store to get 10% off all purchases. Almost all purchases. I think some work, some don't. I'm a little confused myself, but either way, I would appreciate it. FC 26 is here. I've got so many more videos coming. So again, make sure you subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. I have just started up a career mode with the absolute basket case that is Manchester United. So if you want to check that out and watch me save that football club, you can do it by clicking on this video right here.